to my testing.
And go na the orange, and go na the orange, Emmanuel.
Okay. Call him. So, viewers, we are still at the Freetown International Airport in Lunge at the Presidential Terminal, where we are witnessing the visit of the Ghanaian president to Sierra Leone, President John Dramani Mahama to Sierra Leone. As the president for the second time in Ghana, this is his first official visit to Sierra Leone. We could all recall that President Mahama was there in 2018 during our election, so his name was popular by then because he was the lead. He led the team that came to observe the electoral mission when it comes to the ECOWAS fund. So his name was so popular. So that same man has ascended the throne as president of Ghana for the second time. President John Dramani Mahama, I would say, is a household name in politics when it comes to Ghana, because looking at his background, he's not just someone that, you know, just came to the scene. He went through the ranks. He also served as politician, as a parliamentarian, and also went to the stage of vice president. And after his president died, John Atta Mills, he succeeded in taking over John Atta Mills. By then, John Atta Mills was the president and he was the vice president. So when John Atta Mills died, automatically he was sworn in as president of Ghana. And later in that same era, him and President Nana Akufo, the then president, his just predecessor, you know, they contested in the elections, and President John Dramani Mahama won that elections. And during his first term in office, there were tremendous developments that were recorded in Ghana, but it was voted out on the mandate that the people said, you know, the standard of living by then was not good. So they voted him out after spending just one term in office, 4 years, and they brought in Nana Akufo-Addo. Nana Akufo-Addo, the former president of Ghana, spent 2 terms in office, which is 8 years. So President Dramani Mahama came back and is coming back this time for the second time. He did not contested against Nana Akufo-Addo when he came as for this time. He contested first and he lost against Nana Akufo-Addo again. But when he contested this last one that made him president, was not against Nana Akufo-Addo, but another person. So John Dramani Mahama, I would say for him and President Bio, they have similar history when it comes to presidency. Note that President Bio was once head of state as a military man. He handed over power, and after many years, he came back to power, and he is now doing 2 terms. So will it be the same for that of the president of Ghana if he is going to go for 2 terms as President Bio is now doing in Sierra Leone when he's going for 2 terms. This is an official visit. Just now, the bilateral talks ended with the ministers and that of the president, because John Dramani Mahama brought along with him some ministers, and also President Bio had his own ministers, which involved the chief minister, the foreign affairs minister, and other 2 ministers who were part of the bilateral talks. And the bilateral talks had ended, and the 2 presidents are now having a tete-a-tete talk. But this thing, everybody maybe wonder why is the Ghanaian president here? Of what use, of what benefit is this visit to Sierra Leone? So these are, I know there are questions that are going through the minds of Sierra Leoneans, but I believe those questions will be answered in just some minutes or hours from now. Those questions will be answered because the 2 presidents will have to do a presser. Well, viewers, we are outside at, let me say, outside the presidential terminal at the Freetown International Airport, where we also have the president, the coming of the Ghanaian president. He did not just come just like that, but he also have some Ghanaians, some of the Ghanaians who are residing in Sierra Leone. They came along just to show solidarity to their newly elected president, who was sworn in January of this year 2025. So they are here to show that solidarity to their president. So over here we see these gentlemen and ladies seated over here. They are all Ghanaian descent, but they reside in Sierra Leone. As you can see, this young man is seated with the Ghana Black Stars flag. So I want to talk to him. Hello, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Amos Maxwell Dean.
Yeah. So we see you here seated now with your Ghanaian flag. What brought you here?
Yeah, we are here to receive the Ghanaian president, but I'm a Sierra Leonean, by the way, but I work for the Ghanaians as a technician, computer technician.
So how do you view this this particular visit of the Ghanaian president?
Well, this is the first visit of the president of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama. I believe this will bring closer relationship between Sierra Leone and Ghana as a whole.
Okay, so thank you very much. So we'll still continue to talk to more of the people here. Or we have this beautiful young woman seated here. Good afternoon. What's your name?
Matilda. Matilda Teria. Teria. Okay, we take it like that.
So what you hear at the Freetown International Airport?
Well, I'm a Ghanaian. Then we were appointed to come and meet our president, John Dramani Mahama. And I'm proud to be a Ghanaian at this moment, welcoming my president here in Freetown.
So, as a Ghanaian, your president coming to visit, Sierra Leonean people, how do you view this type of visit?
Well, it's going to bring, I should put it, unify the 2 countries. At least we are all Africans, we are neighboring countries, so at the end of the day, we have a relationship, Sierra Leonean Ghanaians. I'm a Ghanaian, I'm working here. Had it not been the relationship between Ghana and Sierra Leone, I don't think I will be able to work here. But because of the friendship, I'm cool, I'm comfortable, and I'm confident to be here.
So thank you very much. So you see the compliment from this Ghanaian national saying that he's confident to be in Sierra Leone, even though Ghanaian, well, he's working here. So I have a gentleman here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Mina Elvis Entry Bedu. Take your time. Entry Bedu.
Entry Bedu. Okay, thank you very much.
Good.
So, are you Ghanaian?
I'm Ghanaian, so but partly Salomobo. Okay, so today is a very great and memorable day for us, especially the Ghanaians living in Sierra Leone. We came to meet the father of our land. We heard that he was coming, and we decided that whatever we were doing, we will make time for him today at least to come and welcome him.
There must be something that's special, because you must have your busy schedule, but you decided to leave those schedule behind and come. There must be something that's special that made you to come here. What is that thing so special about the visit of your president that made you to come here?
Indeed, today is a Tuesday, and everybody who is having a means of work will be busy by now. But for our president to leave his land, come all the way to Sierra Leone, which is now like our second home, and he comes and has no family member meeting him, that is not so much of us Ghanaians. So we decided that whatever it is, we'll try as much as possible to come and meet him, make him feel welcome, let him know that we are also here. And we miss home though, but this is the second home that we are already enjoying here. So we just came to say hi to him, basically.
Thank you very much. Well, we've just got from another Ghanaian, and now we're about to talk to another one. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So who are you?
I'm Mr. Christian
Christian what?
Fiadi.
You're a Ghanaian?
I'm a Ghanaian, yeah.
So what brought you here today?
Visit of the president. Yes, sir.
So what is so special about his visit that made you to leave all your schedule to say, oh, let me come here?
Anyway, get it to Chama so that.
Okay. So this is the chairman. Chairman, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Hi to sir. My name is Samuel Kuma. Yeah. Chairman of Milano VC Association. Yeah.
Today the Ghanaian president is here, and you guys are here to welcome him. What's so special about it to make that much?
You know, the relationship between Sierra Leone and Ghana, I think it's a long-term relationship up to date. So when we hear that our president is visits a partner, that's why we are here to come and welcome him.
As Ghanaians, you must have heard news of Mahama's work in Ghana, according to when he was elected in. He has started working. And
Yeah.
what are some of those good things that he has started doing that you believe is this coming here is a blessing to him?
First of all, accountability. And I sure Salute to learn something from a 24-hour economy where it's going to establish now. So I think Salute can learn something for that one.
So we've got that from the Ghanaians, the president of the chairman of the Ghanaians in the Ghanaian Association in Sierra Leone. He said that he believes Sierra Leoneans should be able to learn from what we call accountability. Something that President John Dramani Mahama has started doing, and also the 24-hour economy that Mahama have started, say he wants to establish in Ghana. So this is something notable. Well, over here we have our own. We have stakeholders and we have local authorities. We are the custodian of our tradition and culture. And today they also are here to welcome the Ghanaian president. So we want to get from these local authorities to know what's their view or take about this sort of visit. So I'll start first with this particular gentleman seated over here. Good afternoon and welcome to myself.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
So what's your name and who you are?
I'm Honorable Sheikh Santigi Ibrahim Kagbo.
So how do you view the visit of the Ghanaian president?
No, it's fantastic. We saw it as a way of development in our country.
So one seated out there might ask, what is this development? What's so special about Ghana?
When president meets, they work collaboratively to see that a development is brought. I believe that is one of his main aim of coming here.
Thank you very much. And also we have seated over here, we have the presidential spokesperson who is going to talk to us about the significance of the visit of the Ghanaian president, Alhaji Alpha Khan. So good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, it's very significant in the sense that Ghana and Sierra Leone have had a very long history of cooperation, a very long history of relationship. We are tied culturally, we are tied traditionally, and also we interrelate in the regional establishments of ECOWAS. The current president has been also a chairman of ECOWAS before, but before that he has also been a very good friend of our president. And this is to reinforce the relationship, personal relationship, but at the same time also to enforce the fact that Sierra Leone and Ghana have a long tradition of friendship and cooperation, and that this will be continued during both their presidencies and their tenure. So I believe that this was a very good and significant visit for His Excellency Dr. John Dramani Mahama to visit his presidency.
So President Mahama is just coming in, not as a new kid in the block, but he's a new man. After some time he has left the presidency, and President Bio is currently in presidency. So what are those specific things that you think are unique that Mahama's coming to Sierra Leone will learn from?
Well, don't forget that President Mahama, this is his second term. In bracket, even it's a second and a half terms, because he had a half term from continuation of President John Atta Mills. He had the complete that term. He did a term on its own, and then this is a second full term that he's having. So he has been president before, and he was one of the former presidents who actually came in to oversee elections in 2018. So he knows Sierra Leone, and he knows the problems of Sierra Leone. He knows that national cohesion is what we are craving for, and he has come to reinforce that with his colleague and friend and brother, President retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio. So I believe that there's a lot they can share together, especially with the Ghanaian president having been there, and President Bio has been there also before 1996. He was also leader of Sierra Leone. So for him also is about 2 terms and a half, if I'll say. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. That is the presidential spokesperson, Alhaji Alpha Khan. Well, with me, I also have local authorities here where we want to sound their views. How do they view the visit of the Ghanaian president to Sierra Leone? Being that they are local authorities, they are custodians of a tradition and a culture. So, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, how are you? I am Pakomra by El Kabia, Mina Regent Parliament of Kamasundu Pepel. Well, I really enjoy and I really glad for see this Ghanaian president for country in Sierra Leone, because I know say this Ghanaian president is somebody where we know him in the position for quite a long time and go there back. So any problem we bring Canada could initiate, now they bring country me. So glad all with the stakeholders there, with the parliament there, that will all come Apollo district. So now listen this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So I guess another paramount chief. Good afternoon.
My name is PC Baikurari of Chinkachopa Chiefdom, Putloko District number 4.
So how, as traditional, how you view this visit of the Ghanaian president?
Well, for somebody like me, I come from a ruling house. Very important. For see somebody like this come from another country, when a Ghana can't see win our own country, I'm really happy this afternoon, because some of them here, so some of who not believe say this could happen in a lifetime. So I'm really happy for where this man come, the kind of the country today, for come visit we inside this month of Ramadan. A good experience that for me.
So you feel say this visit get any benefit for Salone?
Yes, I believe so. You know why? Because what's in the talk is under na man to man talk. For let them know what they get for do for the two countries them. Either good relationship or bad relationship. We are not saying a good relationship that it's kind for talk to Ghana and Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much. So viewers and listeners, you've got the voices of the people who are here to also welcome the Ghanaian president and his delegation to Sierra Leone. Earlier, we spoke to some Ghanaians who are in Sierra Leone, who some of them are residing, some of them are just working in this country. They've sounded their views. They came here to welcome their president. And the chairman of these Ghanaians who are residing in Sierra Leone, he said one of the things that President John Dramani Mahama is currently doing in Ghana, is that he's upholding accountability in the country, and also his attempt to establish a 24-hour economy. He said these are the two critical things he thinks Sierra Leone could learn from. And also, we also spoke to our local authorities here. We spoke to the presidential spokesperson and also paramount chiefs who are traditionalists. They also express joy and happiness looking at the relationship between Ghana and Sierra Leone that has spanned 4 decades. So this particular visit, they say it is a welcoming one, and it's something that they say could be beneficial for Sierra Leone and also Ghana itself as a nation. And one unique thing during the interviews is that all of the Ghanaians that are residing in Sierra Leone, they confirmed that in Sierra Leone they found home. That means in Ghana and Sierra Leone we have similar things, similar things that are occurring in both the two nations. So viewers, continue to watch the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Now we are heading to the presidential lounge where we'll be going there to wait on the two heads of state as they are about to round up their tete-a-tete talk. After the tete-a-tete talk, both presidents will have a presser, and after the presser there will be an eventual communique between the two nations. And during this particular presser, all of us will know what were the bilateral engagements that the two presidents engage in and what is in the communique. How beneficial could this communique be for both Sierra Leone and Ghana? So viewers, I am Emmanuel Samoa. Continue to watch the SLBC because we are still at the Freetown International Airport. We'll join our studio in New Englandville in Freetown.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, anytime from now we'll have the arrival of the two heads of state, the visiting head of state, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, and the host president, His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, the two heads of state, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen of the press, following a fruitful bilateral meeting and a brotherly tete-a-tete between the two heads of state, Excellencies have graciously consented to deliver press remarks to share their insights and reflections on the visit. Please note that there will be no opportunity for questions from the media following these remarks. After the remarks, the President of Ghana will greet a cross-section of Ghanaian citizens residing in Sierra Leone, while the President of Sierra Leone will retire to the lounge. Following the greeting, His Excellency President Mahama has also consented for a photo opportunity with staff members of the Ghana High Commission in Sierra Leone. Thereafter, he will join his brother and colleague in the lounge to prepare for departure. It's now my distinct honor to invite the host president, His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio, to deliver his remark, and that will be followed by the visiting head of state, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you very much. Members of the Fourth Estate, ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It has been my pleasure to host my brother and colleague, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. President Mahama is not only a colleague, head of state, but also a dear friend of mine. As you all know, this is President Mahama's very first visit to Sierra Leone since assuming office on the 7th of January 2025. Therefore, I want to take this opportunity to once again congratulate you, my dear brother, for the great victory in Ghana's election that was held on the 7th of December 2024. During our extensive meeting earlier this morning, we discussed a range of issues on the spirit of excellent fraternal relations existing between the Republic of Ghana and the Republic of Sierra Leone. We have reviewed regional and international matters of mutual interest, and on bilateral matters, we discussed the need to create further opportunities to scale up the bilateral agenda and discuss the possibilities for cooperation around commonly identified priorities in our respective national development agenda. This includes cooperation in trade and investment, agriculture, food and security, tourism, public health, education, fisheries, defense, and security, and institutional collaboration. To achieve all of these objectives, we agreed to revitalize the General Cooperation Agreement that was signed in 2018 between Ghana and Sierra Leone for the establishment of a permanent Joint Cooperation Commission, JCC. I have also proposed that the inaugural meeting of JCC be held in Ghana at a date to be agreed upon by our foreign ministers. On regional security, we discussed issues bordering on terrorism, violent extremism, conflict in the Sahel, drug and human trafficking. We reaffirmed our commitment to cooperating and coordinating efforts to address these challenges confronting the regional and the consequences on peace, stability, and prosperity. On continental and global issues, we have discussed the United Nations Security Council reforms and the progress made by C10 in canvassing, defending, and promoting the common African position. We expressed our support and commitment to working for peace on the continent through regional and continental mechanisms and in consonance with continental processes. At this juncture, having made this short remark, I will now ask my brother and friend if he has a few words to say. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother, President Julius Maada Bio, for the warm hospitality we've enjoyed arrived here. Our purpose for this visit is a short working visit, but also in the spirit of African tradition to say thank you to my brother, President Maada Bio, for the honor he did me in graciously attending my investiture as president on the 7th of January 2025. And so, as we do in African tradition, I should have come the next morning to say thank you, but better late than never. I was busy putting the government into place, and today was the best opportunity. We thank you for the kind hospitality. I think that President Madabio's report is very comprehensive. Indeed, we have discussed a broad range of issues, and one of the most important points we agreed on was to establish the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation as quickly as possible so that it becomes the institutional framework for us to build our cooperation on. There are many areas in which we can work together. And as he said, we discussed issues of agriculture and food security. We discussed issues of power and electricity and how we can work together to enhance the West African power pool. We discussed issues of education and exchange, and we believe that the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation is going to be the best avenue on which we can build this cooperation together. On sub-regional issues, as an old face but a new face in ECOWAS again, we discussed issues to do with the issue of terrorism and the issue of the current Alliance of Sahelian States and ECOWAS. And we compared notes because he had previously visited the 3 countries and I had just recently visited, so we compared notes, and we believe that it can form the basis for us to continue to cooperate as members of the same sub-region. He also briefed me on the effort that is being made to get a common African position on the issue of Security Council reform, and we are very much in support of the efforts that he has been making in that regard, and I pledge to him that we'll continue to work with him so that he can be the advocate for doing that. And so these were the major points of discussion. At the end of it, he gave me a meal of jollof rice, and it was very sumptuous. So I officially invited Sierra Leone to join Ghana and Nigeria in the jollof competition that we've been having. But we want to thank the Sierra Leonean people. I'm not new to Sierra Leone. I've done quite a lot of work here. I've been an election monitor here, and I'm happy to have been able to come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. A round of applause for the 2 heads of state. His Excellency the President of Sierra Leone will now retire to the Presidential Lounge, while His Excellency President Mahama will be led to the Ghanaian citizens who are waiting to receive their head of state. They are all having their flags. So we have to remind you that they are here and we are taking good care of them.
Let's.
Okay. Where are they? Contractor. Oh, contractor. I do see that other in there. Okay. Yes. Many presidents also Akasa. Also on Omonemotidin, also Ghana for where they come from Waboma Basso.
Omumboy or permit to know permit to know us. Omumboy or Hona Ebe, Ye Paucho, tax Nusu or airport Nusu, or Nusu come into Mumbai. Ayazu! Aha! No.
How can we be?
I am deputy there, Abahana Boshe.
Yes.
And I'm very much glad to see you.
Yes.
And I pray that day today you come.
So the president, the Ghanaian president, John Dramani Mahama, is interacting with his citizens, his subjects, who are residing in Sierra Leone and those who are working in Sierra Leone. So you see the excitement of them to see their presidents coming to talk to them.
Peacefully with you, and so he actually praised the Ghanaian community, and that's why he said after our meeting I should come and meet with you and extend their appreciation for the work you're doing here. Yeah, the few issues you've raised about the permits and also about, you talked about tax or something?
Airport tax.
Okay. Well, I'll try and raise it and see what progress we can make. Yeah, but well done.
Thank you.
Yes.
God bless you.
I will see you when you come home.
Our deliverer.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So the Ghanaian president is done talking to his citizens, and during his talks he made commitments to fix some of the challenges that the Ghanaian people are facing in the country. President John Dramani Mahama with his delegation taking a photo opportunity. So he's about to retire. So President John Dramani Mahama is taking a photo. This is the official photo opportunity before he departs for Ghana. He's done talking to the Ghanaian citizens in Sierra Leone. He's done talking to them. So viewers, this is how the visit of the Ghanaian president is about to come to an end. A visit that just lasted a few hours. President Mahama landed in Sierra Leone at around 12 p.m. and just about 2 o'clock he is about to leave the shores of this country. When he was coming in, he was being greeted with the drummers and the cultural people. Now he's about to go. They are also, bidding him farewell. So President Mahama and President Bio, they are at the presser. And from the presser, they made it clear that it's to strengthen bilateral relations between the two nations. So this is how the visit of the Ghanaian president is about to come to an end. So viewers, we're still at the Lunge International Airport. So just a quick highlight of some of the critical things that were mentioned in the presser. The President Bio and President Mahama, one thing observed throughout the statements, the presser that they had, the two gentlemen, they did not refer to themselves as presidents. They repeatedly and continuously and continually called themselves brothers. So that tells the relationship that exists between Sierra Leone and that of Ghana. And from the presser, from the release that they read, they spoke on diverse issues and issues that could be beneficial to that of Sierra Leone and even the West African region. So among the issues that they agreed on is the improvement of trade, agriculture, energy, all other sorts. And all of those things that are mentioned or that were mentioned by the two presidents in the presser, during the presser, these are things that are critical to Sierra Leone currently, because when you look at the energy level in this country, it's somehow down. And also when you look at trade, and also when you look at agriculture. So these are critical things that these particular presidents, they spoke about, and they captured it in their presser. And also they talk about terrorism, countering terrorism, and the flow of illicit drug, which is a menace, which is currently a menace in Sierra Leone and that of the sub-region. They spoke on how to counter terrorism, and also the turmoil that is in the West African region. They spoke of how both of them have, spoken, how they've mapped out ways to see how they could intervene to bring, peace to the West African region. And one thing that President Mahama mentioned is that he is not a new kid in the block, but during his second term, he is still a new kid. He is not a new kid in the ECOWAS bloc, but he is also a new kid. So that tells you that, the relationship between Sierra Leone and Ghana, it's something that is unique. So whilst the cultural people are dancing, you see the fanfare. The coming of President Mahama tells you that even though his visit was a very short one, but the fanfare around it, it's something that one could say people do appreciate his coming, both from the Sierra Leonean side and from the Ghanaians residing in Sierra Leone, because they were here. And as a president, he showed something of a leader that has the arts, thinking about his people. He did not just come and say, I'm going, but he created time to have tete-a-tete talks with his people. And he spoke to them. And in very close, when I was close by, he made mention of saying, you've mentioned the issues that you are facing. We'll see how we'll address those issues. So President John Dramani Mahama, has raised the hopes of the Ghanaians here in Sierra Leone. And that move alone, talks of the type of leader that he is. Currently, we are on the tarmac waiting for President Mahama to come out. And the 3 infants brigade, are standing by. The 3 infant brigade are standing by, because when he was coming, they gave him the guard of honor, welcoming him to the Republic of Sierra Leone. So the 3 infant brigade are standing by. Now the 2 presidents are making their way out. President Mahama giving a wave, a cheering wave with a smile. That's of President Bio. Both of them, when they were coming in, they had lighter faces whilst coming in. And whilst President Mahama is going, their faces are more lighter. They are having brotherly talks. You see the 2 presidents, the way that they talk tells you that they are familiar with each other. The 2 presidents, they are moving on top of the red carpets. On top of the red carpets. They are making their way to the stage. President Bio and that of President John Dramani Mahama. Dramani Mahama has climbed the step, followed by President Bio. Major D. Toure, the commander of this parade, is leading, is second, and the 3 infantry battalion, they are giving out the melodious song to bid farewell to the Ghanaian president. Ghanaian national anthem ongoing. Now from the Ghanaian national anthem to the Sierra Leone national anthem. So the regimental colors and the national colors are both on the floor to tell you that the visit of the visiting president has come to an end. The colors are up again. Major D. Toure with the sword is marching. It's marching. Proceeding to the stage to give final salute to the visiting president. So this is the end of the Guard of Honor parade. Major DCC is taking the leave of the president of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, bidding farewell to him. This parade marks the end of the Guard of Honor, which is the end of the Ghanaian president's visits. Now the two presidents are now making their way down the stage to go to the plane. They are making their way down the stage. They've gone down the stage, you know. Slowly they are walking, speaking as unlike brothers, majestically walking on the red carpet with confidence. The two presidents, President Mahama, going up there to shake hands. To shake hands, those are the Ghanaians that are walking on his side in Sierra Leone. He's bidding farewell.
Hey, Chief.
So he's smiling
Chief.
And shaking hands, whilst President Bio is also beside him smiling.
Hey, don't come in.
You know, that tells President Mahama is bidding farewell to the paramount chiefs, the local authorities.
Open.
Whilst President Bio is beside watching, smiling. And as viewers and listeners, as you're hearing, the wheels of the planes are on. The wheels of the planes are on. It's now the Chief Minister and the Foreign Affairs Minister. The wheels of the plane are on. And the two presidents are closely approaching the stairs of the plane. The Zata N604EP, grey and black plane. They are bidding farewell with smiles, and the President Mahama has just climbed the stairs of the plane. He has just climbed the stairs of the plane, turned and waving, saluting, bidding farewell. So this is how President John Dramani Mahama visit to Sierra Leone comes to an end, and President Bio has seen his brother and counterpart. He is now walking. President Bio is walking to the presidential lounge. So viewers, this is where the visits of the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, comes to an end. He landed in Sierra Leone at around 12 p.m. today, and just about 2 p.m. over 2 p.m. he's leaving Sierra Leone. This is his first official visit to Sierra Leone as the President of Ghana. The last time that he was here, he came as the lead of the ECOWAS electoral mission in Sierra Leone, which was in 2018. And today he came as a president to Sierra Leone. And from the statement that President John Mahama made, he says African is here to pay respect to Sierra Leone, and that of President Bio, because President Bio was there to cheer him up during his inauguration ceremony at the Black Star Stadium in Ghana. So viewers, and President John Dramani Mahama is the current president of Ghana. This is his second term as president of Ghana, and he is now having the first female vice president of Ghana. So viewers, you have been watching and listening to the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Well, I want to say a very big thank you. Now, before saying thank you, we are looking at how the stairs of the plane is now rolling up, folding up gradually, and it's about to be closed. Finally, the stairs of the plane has closed. The Zata N604EP is about to move. The plane has closed. The plane has closed and is about to move. The traffic controller is signaling. So viewers, this is how the visit of the Ghanaian president comes to an end in Sierra Leone. You have been watching and listening to the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation with me, Emmanuel Samoa. I want to say a big thank you to you, the viewers and listeners of this fine broadcaster. And also I want to say a very big thank you to my producer, Josephine Kamara, and the technical people, David Williams, Stephen Damola, Abubakar, and also Senesi Makavoy. And also thank you to Tili Barry there, who was there to give in helping hands, and all other crew members who made this particular live coverage a success. Until we meet again, I have been Emmanuel Samoa. Goodbye. So viewers, as I say, I am Emmanuel Samoa of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Well, you know, we wanted people to get from the government side, in as much as we just heard from the presser of the president. Well, we have the spokes, you know, the second person in the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, who happens to be, currently is the acting Minister of Information. He is here with us to talk about this particular importance of the visit of the Ghanaian president to Sierra Leone. So, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, how do you do?
So, how important is this visit of the Ghanaian president to Sierra Leone?
It is as important as we note it, because Ghana and Sierra Leone have been sisters, and the relationship between the two countries is as old as our independence. And we can recall President H.E. John Mahama was part of His Excellency Julius Maada Bio's transition to presidency. We can recall that he was part of the African Union Elections Observation Team that came to monitor the 2028 elections, which eventually his brother won. Since he has been the president, he was in opposition. So when he came to office, winning the November elections in Ghana, his friend left here, went to celebrate with him. So today he took a walking tour to say thank you, as tradition demands, for celebrating with me. So because Julius Maada Bio went to Ghana to celebrate with His Excellency, he took all this time today, amongst all his busy schedules, to say thank you to his brother. And in their midst, a lot of things were discussed, dating from how far the two countries have come, how they can cooperate to make sure they reinforce the relationship between the two countries, and where they can It is very important when we have this bilateral agreement between our countries, because we leverage on this agreement to harness opportunities within. They say the more the merrier. So if Ghana and Sierra Leone are working on a permanent joint cooperation commission to see how best they can bring what they have in expertise, especially in agriculture, food security, to benefit the people of Sierra Leone, I think that is the best we can pray for. Because it is better for Africa to look inwards for these opportunities than we look outwards to Europe or Asia. Let us harness what is available within Africa for our good. So the opportunity that Ghana brings to Sierra Leone, to me, is very good. And to every Sierra Leonean is what we seek in these relationships.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Minister. So we've heard from the Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, who is currently the Acting Minister of Information and Civic Education. So he's saying that the proposed commission to cement the relationship between Sierra Leone and Ghana is worthwhile. He said, in fact, that will be a sustainable solution to allow, as Africans, because he made mention that Africans should look inward to see how Africans can help themselves. So he sees this particular proposition as one that could benefit both Sierra Leone and Ghana. So viewers, this is how we draw the cutting down of this live coverage today at Lunge International Airport on the occasion of the official visit of the President of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama.